Good day, grade 8s. Today we are going to take a look at the format of the CRJ. So when we do transactions, we need to read the transaction and then decide, did we receive money or did we buy or pay for something? When we receive money, we are going to write it in the CRJ. So this is now the format of our CRJ. Alright, so first of all, we need to see, or we're going to take a look at, it's the cash receipts journal. So we know that we're busy working with the CRJ. We are taking a look at Sampie's Shoe Shop. So the name of the business. And then this is for February 2020. So the month and the year. And it's important to know that we are going to do CRJ monthly. Right, so each month we will have a new CRJ. Alright, so we will have 12 CRJs that will follow on each other. Alright, so this one is the CRJ number 1. So this is the one, or the one in the row. So this will be the first one. So that tells me that this business probably started at the beginning of February, because this is the first CRJ. And I need to have 12 CRJs in a financial year. Alright, so if we take a look at our format, we're first going to have document number. Alright, so when we work with the CRJ, we can either have a receipt. So there you can see receipt number 1, 2, 3, the next one it will follow. Or they can tell you that you issued receipt number 16, then you will continue with 17, 18, etc. Then we need to take a look at the type of business, and they will also tell you at the beginning in your activities. But if a business has a cash till, then they will issue a cash receipt roll, so CRR. So if the business has a till, you will have CRR if you have services rendered. But for instance, a garden service that will drive around, they're not going to have a till in their bakkie while driving around. So they will have an invoice book. And then it will probably look something like invoice number 4, invoice number 5. Alright, so you will just need to read carefully. If we have a till, then it's CRR, or if we have an invoice book, then it will be an invoice number. The next column is my date. Right, so we're only going to write down the date. Then we have details. So in the details column, I will either write a specific person's name, like F. Silver R. Geyser, or I will write services rendered, because that is what I did. I rendered service. All right. So as you can see, if I have a receipt number, it's probably a person's name. All right. So I received money from a specific person, sometimes for a specific reason. All right. In the next column, it says analysis of receipts. So analysis of receipts is when I received the money at my business. So Geyser came to our business. He gave us 500 Rand, so we put it in analysis of receipts. All right. So now you can see that on the 14th, we had services rendered of 250 Rand. If that is all the money for the day, I'm going to draw a line and I'm going to put that amount inside my bank. I'm only going to the bank once, right? But on the 30th, we had 2 transactions. We received 400 and 500 Rand. If that is all the money for the day, we draw a line, all right? And then we add those 2 amounts together. So then it is 400 plus 500, which gives me 900 Rand. So I'm putting 900 Rand in the bank, because I'm not going to the bank every time I receive money. I'm going to the bank once a day. So I'm taking the 900 Rand to my bank. All right. And then sometimes the money is directly deposited into my bank account, which means that I did not receive the money at my business. So no analysis of receipts, but it is directly into my bank account. All right. So to remember that if I receive the money at my business, I'm writing it in analysis of receipts. If they tell me that the money was directly deposited into my bank account, then I'm going to have no analysis and I'm putting it directly into my bank account. Then I need to ask myself, what did I do to get this money? So for instance, the 250 Rand is in analysis, and then what did I do? It's services rendered. So therefore, I'm going to write it in the current income column. Right, so there's either a column, or if there's not a column, you're going to write it into sundry accounts. So 20,000 Rand I received. It wasn't for current income, it was for capital. There's no column for capital, so it is inside my bank and it's inside my sundry accounts. All right, so now I'm going to say it's 20,000 Rand, and now I need to write down my general ledger book's name. So capital is the name. All right, so therefore the details is capital. The 250, we already said it's current income. The 400 Rand is in analysis. And what was this for? This was for current income. So therefore, it's in the column of current income as well. Then we received money from Geyser, 500 Rand. So it is in analysis of receipts. And then this was for rent income. So therefore, it will be written into my sundry accounts because we do not have a column for rent income. Then when we get to the end of the month, we're going to add up our bank's total, our current income, and our sundry accounts. And then together, current income and sundry accounts must add up to my bank's total. Alright, because remember, every transaction in my bank is also in one of these two columns. So therefore, you can check yourself. And that is the CRJ.